Ladies and gentlemen, inductee Freddy G. Carr. Freddy Carr was born on June 17, 1956 to Leon and Margaret Carr of Albertville. His sister, Vicki Breland, played in the Aggie Band and received a nursing degree from UAB. From an early age, it was evident to all who watched Freddy play sports that he not only loved the game, but that he had the speed and athletic ability to be one of the best to ever play for the Aggies. Freddy started playing team sports at the age of 8 on the Little League baseball fields of Albertville. He played catcher or third base most of the time, making the All-Star team every year. The All-Star team usually went deep into the state and regional tournaments, with coaches that included Dupree Howard, Earl Hedgepath, Bobby Joe Teague, and Hall of Fame nominees Irby Kemp and J.C. Bryant. After the summer baseball leagues were over, Freddy turned to his first love, football. In the Pee Wee League and in junior high school, Carr's speed, ability to make cuts, and defensive play on the gridiron were just a preview of the success that would come later in high school and college. Freddy played varsity football as a sophomore and junior under Coach Ken Barrett and was recognized as the team's most improved back in 1971 and most valuable back in 1972. But the Aggies had not won a Marshall County championship since Hall of Fame nominee G.B. Beasley's team in 1965. The quarterback that year was Freddy's cousin Tommy Carr. In 1973, the Marshall County Board of Education hired Hall of Fame coach Vernon Wells to return to Albertville, and it did not take long for Aggie football fortunes to change. In 9 games as a senior, Carr, who ran a 4.5 40-yard dash, carried the ball 133 times for 743 yards, an astounding 5.6 yards per carry, and the most since Hall of Fame nominee Ken Gilliland in 1965. He was injured and did not dress against Etowah that year. With kickoff and punt returns and pass receptions, Freddy had over 1,000 all-purpose yards and 10 touchdowns. Carr and his teammates beat rivals Arab, Guntersville, and Boaz by a combined score of 71-30 to win the county championship. Prior to the game with Guntersville, Freddy is shown here with teammates David Reed, number 26, and Paul Maccabee, number 66. In these 3 games, Carr rushed for 270 yards, had 375 all-purpose yards, including a punt return for a TD, 5 rushing TDs, a pass interception, and 4 pass breakups. Jimmy Tolbert of the Sand Mountain Reporter wrote, "The dynamic duo of Freddy Carr and David Reed combined for 288 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns in leading the Albertville Aggies to a 35-16 victory over Guntersville, the first Aggie victory over a Wildcat team in 7 years, and their first Marshall County championship in 7 years." Following the season, Freddy received many recognitions: Aggie Most Valuable Back, All-County, All-NEAC, and High School Prep All-American by the Sports Writers Association. The honors did not end there. Freddy was the only 3-sport All-County performer in Marshall County that year, adding baseball and track during the spring. As a sprinter on the track and field team, Carr ran a 22.4 in the 220 dash, which was an AHS record for 36 years before it was broken in 2010. He also anchored a 440 relay team that ran a 44.3 along with Mark Davis, Robert Intrican, and David Reed. This is tied for the fastest 440-yard, 400-meter relay time in school history. Following the season, Auburn head football coach Ralph Shug Jordan came calling on the speedy senior, and the Auburn Tigers signed the 5'10", 175-pound Carr to a full grant in aid to play football for the Auburn Tigers. Freddy played on the freshman team as a defensive back and return specialist and led the Frosh with 2 kickoff returns for 54 yards and 3 punt returns for 75 yards. He also had 6 tackles, an interception, and 2 pass breakups. Jimmy Smothers of the Gadsden Times ran an article which highlighted Carr, along with fellow Albertville natives and Hall of Fame inductees David Hanna and Charlie Hanna. Carr was redshirted for the 75 season after an ankle injury sidelined him, but returned full speed for spring training in 76, where he started the A-Day game as a strong cornerback and punt returner. He led the varsity defense in interceptions, ending the spring as second-team strong corner and recognized as the top defensive back in the team's overall strength and agility conditioning program. His parents were always there to support Freddy in everything that he did. Recurring ankle injuries hindered Freddy's ability to compete, and he gave up football to focus on academics and graduation. Auburn head baseball coach Paul Nix approached Freddy with an opportunity to try out for baseball in the fall of 1977. He made the team as a utility runner and backup to second baseman J.B. Brown, an all-SEC and future professional baseball player. Freddy graduated from Auburn University in June 1978 with a BS in Business Administration and attended the LSU School of Banking from 1985 to 87. After a successful career in banking, Freddy is currently the senior partner in a family investment business in Destin, Florida. He has received many professional awards and has contributed much to his community, serving as president of the Economic Development Council of Okaloosa County, United Way, Community Development Corporation, and the Northwest Florida State College Foundation. Freddy and his wife Mary have 4 children, Malia, Chris, Brett, and Anna. Chris and Brett were both all-state football players at Niceville High School. Both turned down scholarship offers to accept a preferred walk-on offer from Coach Tommy Tuberville at Auburn. Anna was ranked as the #1 female sprinter in the state of Florida in 2008 and accepted a scholarship to Vanderbilt University, where she rewrote the record book for female sprinters. After graduation in 2011, Anna married her college sweetheart, Jared Hawkins, a 4-year letterman at running back for the Commodores. The couple has given Freddy and Mary a grandson, Jackson, who is already being coached for the track team. Ladies and gentlemen, 2015 inductee, Freddy G. Carr.